Today we're going to talk about the time when my ex girlfriend thought and tried to huh, fuck me with a 14-inch dildo. Please. But yeah, so without further ado, let's get straight into it.
I give you my heart.
Hey, how is everyone doing on this marvelous day today? I don't even know what today it is. I want to say it's Wednesday. By the time you see this video, it'll be somewhere, I don't know. Like I say, it's new videos whenever. So today's video, we are going to talk about a old story. Y'all know I have good story time. Before I get into this disclaimer, if you are sensitive to cursing, a lot of hearts going down. Today we're going to talk about the time when my ex girlfriend thought and tried to huh, fuck me with a 14-inch dildo. Please. Nasty story times or offended in any way. This video is not for you. My channel is basically based on grown people's watching, so it's not a kid's channel. But yeah, it's people outside talking, so you might hear that. But other than that, let's get it started. So, and a lot of hearts going by. Today we're going to talk about the time when my ex girlfriend thought and tried to huh, fuck me with a 14-inch dildo. Please. But yeah, so without further ado, let's get straight into it. So I have been talking to this girl for maybe a good 3-4 months. Now mind you, the stories that I tell y'all are like old as hell. I'm talking about 10, 11 years old. So I'm in my 30s. So yeah. I had been going with her about 3 or 4 months. Let me just say, I have always dated either films or stems. I never really dated studs. But I'm like, so I'm not gonna knock it until I try it. So I tried dating this stud. So I was talking to her for like 3 or 4 months, and it was going pretty okay. That relationship lasted all over the summer. I think we lasted over, the course of doing summer. Summer was over, we were over. So I wouldn't even really call that a relationship. I think it was just a fling over the summer, something to do. I guess you can call it friends with benefits because I really didn't take it too serious. It was just like a trial and error to see if I really like studs or not. And she would make me say I would never ever date a stud again. I don't know what it is about a lot of them. I'm not going to say all of them, but a lot of them, um, they just over the top too dominant for me. Um, yeah, I'm not. I'm more of versatile. I can be dominant, but I'm not. I don't have to be dominant. But if I'm going with somebody that's dominant than me, then they're gonna be the dominant one, and not. But she was a stud. I said, I'm gonna just try this out. I'm not gonna knock it until I try it. And like I said, we was together over the course of the summer. The relationship, as I said, it was okay. It wasn't nothing to really brag about. We did more arguing than anything. She um wanted to stay with me, but I wasn't having it. And she had a lot of mental problems, which I don't make in fun of anybody that has any of those, but she had a lot of baggage that I walked into in the course of meeting her, so that was a red flag right there. But she stayed with her mom. She didn't work. She did have a job, but she ended up losing it on the strength of her attitude and things like that. I think she tried to stab her sister. See, yeah. So so I had took her to the gay parade because she had never been. She never experienced it. So I'm like, since we're like friends with benefits, and we're really we really are not. I wouldn't say dating each other. So I just wanted to see if I liked the stuff. But I took her to the gay parade with me. We went. We had fun. She had a child. I think the baby was like 2 months. And I'm not going to get into that whole situation because I don't put anybody's business out there. How she ended up getting pregnant, that's not my business. But anyway, she had a like 2 or 3 month old child. Her mother was very um, against uh, same sex dating each other, so I never really went over her mom's house like that. I think I went over there twice or whatnot, and then she would come and spend the night over my house for like a week, and then she'll go back home for a week. And then what made us stop talking to each other too is because she was still messing around with her best friend. She kept saying it was her friend, and they were messing around. Come to find out that they did used to date, and she said it didn't work out because they couldn't get along or whatever, and she would spend like a lot of time over her best friend's house. And the reason why I cut it off is because she stayed over there more than she did at my house, and I kind of found that out as a red flag. But anyway, so and then the sex wasn't that great anyway. She was getting too rough for me, rough around the edges, rough in the bedroom. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck. It just wasn't. So half the time I really didn't want to do nothing with her. But yeah, we had went to my room because we was at my house. I wasn't gonna do anything in her mom's house. I had my own place. So I'm like, you could just come to my place. And then so she was like, I'll be back. And I'm like, okay. So she had went in the bathroom, and I'm like, you okay? Because she had been in there for a while. And I'm trying to figure out what she's doing. And because I'm laying in the bed, and I'm waiting on her to come out. And I'm trying to figure out what she's doing and what's taking her so long. It took her about a good 10, 15 minutes. I'm like, what are you doing in there? Oh, I'm not doing anything. I'll be out in a little while. Just stay in the bed. Just stay laying down. I'm like, okay. And then I'm laying on the bed, and she comes out, and I'm like, what is that long thing hanging from between her legs? I said, I know that cannot be a dildo, a strap on, because I've never seen one that fucking big. So I'm like, no, I didn't want to overthink none. So I'm like, no, that ain't it. I know that ain't it. I know the fuck this ain't what I think it is. You gotta be fucking kidding me. And she had, moved her hand. She really couldn't cover it up because it was so fucking big. I'm like, and what the fuck you finna think you finna do with that? And she's like, huh, I'm laughing. I'm like, what do you think you about to do with that long ass strap on? Oh man, don't act like that. You don't know unless you try. Don't knock until you try. I said, I'm knocking it and I'm not trying it. So that's down. That's not even in the question. I'm not doing it, not going to do it. Where the fuck would you even buy something that long? Where did you even get something like that long from? Where? I'm sorry, y'all, but something's going on outside. I'm like, where would you get something that long from? What makes you think it is even possibly human to think you're gonna fuck somebody with that? Ain't nobody gonna have no walls left. Once you insert that inside of somebody, and you definitely ain't doing it to me. And how long have you even had that thing? Have you used that on somebody else? Always, oh, I said, first of all, it's old, and you use that on somebody else, and then you think you want to use that on. No, first of all, you don't supposed to share toys. You don't share stuff like that. And I asked, I'm like, how big is that thing? This girl said that goddamn thing was 14 inches. Now, what in the hell do you think you're about to fuck me with a 14-inch dildo? That's not flying. That's not going to happen. You can take that shit back where you got it from, but you're not inserting that in me. And then she had the audacity and the nerve to get mad at me and went back in the bathroom and took it off and ended up leaving my house because I wouldn't let her do anything with me with that. And then after that, we just didn't end up talking anymore. And then I didn't hear from her for like 2 weeks, and then she ended up calling me back. And by that time, I was over her. Like I said, it was like a summer fling. It lasted all the whole summer. It really wasn't a serious nothing. It was just like a fling, something to do, see if I liked it. And I didn't end up liking it. She wasn't good in bed. And then she thought she was going to fuck me with that 14-inch dildo. So that is my story time, and that's all I have to say. Like, comment, subscribe to the notification bell to let you know every time I upload. Bye, y'all.